Tri-Card fans, please look with me to the blue corner. She steps into the cage with 1 win and 2 losses. Her height, 5 foot 2 inches, and her weight, 115 pounds. She trains with Spartan Fitness and comes to you from Homewood, Alabama. Please welcome Rebekah Rotenberry. And in the red corner, she steps into the cage with a record of 1 win and 0 losses. Her height is 5 foot 6 inches and her weight 115 pounds. She trains with Indie Boxing and Grappling out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Please welcome Natalie Gage. Cody Easton will be refereeing this fight.
Chris, we have got two high-level women about to take center stage tonight. And you can see in Rebekah, she's got the bounce and step. She has not stopped jumping since she entered the cage. I'm expecting a lot of output out of her. Natalie is just cool, calm, collected, been stretching and, just kind of glancing across the cage. And we are starting round 1 of this fight between 2 very advanced females.
Nice.
And they have just come to fight tonight. They have just started once that bell rang.
This is kind of what I expected. I feel like Natalie looks a little bit bigger, so she's going to try and push her opponent to the fence and wear her down. Nice reversal there by Rebekah.
Rebekah going for the single leg takedown, double leg takedown. Natalie fighting off the cage. And a good reversal by Natalie Gage.
Natalie's landing some good knees right there, looking to wear her opponent out. It's always a good strategy. Try and hit him to the body early, slow him down a little bit.
And Rebekah Rotenberry has just been nonstop pressure since the beginning of that bell. She's continued to close the distance, punch on her way in, and has had Natalie up against the cage 2 different times in this fight. Good single leg takedown by Rebekah. Natalie Gage is peppering Rebekah with punches.
Well, I usually tell people worry about position before, submission or try and get a good position before you start just striking. However, when you get stuck in a spot where you're not able to move, the other person's not able to move, you land some strikes that try and loosen them up and try and make them move into a different position where you can advance where you're trying to go.
I'm not sure going into this fight Natalie envisioned herself being on her back, based on our conversation yesterday at weigh-ins.
Good job of standing up right there and great strikes being thrown.
And you know what's impressive? She took the strikes standing up knowing she was going to take them and stood up anyway. There was a mouse over the left side of Natalie's face, or her left eye, and it was there at weigh-ins. She came into that fight with it.
Yeah, it was there when she got here.
And Rebekah is just coming in with combination after combination. And that takes a lot of guts to do that against somebody that's won Golden Gloves twice.
Yeah, she's really not showing Natalie much respect. She's coming straight forward. She's not worried about these strikes.
Well, coming into this fight, Natalie was 1-0 and Rebekah 1-2. And that 1-2 is very deceiving because it's very difficult to find fights. And as in this fight, you see Rebekah fighting up a weight class.
Yeah.
Rebekah is just not stopping. Her output is insane. It's that cross-country running, which is what we had talked about when she walked to the cage.
And she's landing a lot of good punches. Natalie's face is kind of reddened up right now, marked up.
Yeah, we got 10 seconds left in this opening round.
She's doing a great job putting forward pressure. Natalie needs to do more lateral movement, side to side, getting out of the way of those punches. She needs to make Rebekah pay every time she comes in. Both these girls' faces are pretty red right now. They're both landing good punches.
Well, with Natalie, saw a little bit of frustration at the end of that round when she was walking back to her corner.
Once again, she's not used to being pressured in that manner, I believe. Once again, Rebekah coming straight forward and throwing a lot of punches and not minding when she eats one herself. That's difficult. If you're not used to that, that's a different situation.
And she's being bullied a little bit. She's being bullied a little bit right now by Rebekah.
She's not used to that. I think she felt like I'm going to be the bigger, stronger person. I don't think this is going to happen.
A solution to something like that I've seen in the past, throw at the same time.
Yeah, or set these traps you're
Set a
talking
trap.
about, wait, and do a little rock back. She comes forward, you rock back on your right hand, right foot, and throw the hard right hand. That way, you usually get the person stepping forward, and their weight plus your weight makes for a very difficult time for the person coming in who eats that punch.
Both very experienced corners. Pat McPherson, obviously your coach, and on the other side on Spartan, you got Chris Connolly and Ethan Machino.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, these are two really good camps.
Melisano, I apologize. Ethan Melisano from Spartan Fitness. And we begin round 2.
I mean, I know you might think watching that first round, they're going to slow it down a little bit, but I mean, they're not going to. I mean, these girls at this weight class, they just come straight forward and really damage each other.
And you saw Natalie punch at the same time while going forward, and Rebekah responding with punches of her own. You've got two fighters just wanting to move forward. With Rebekah getting the better of that exchange, I might add.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, Natalie lands some good punches in there, but Rebekah just outlands her 2-1, it seems like.
The footwork in Natalie, too, you see the cross-stepping, too, when she circles out of the exchanges is also very impressive. We've got pressure by Rebekah on Natalie against the cage. Natalie swinging out again and coming in with a 1-2-3.
Man, Natalie is landing some good punches right there, but Rebekah just kind of eats them and keeps coming forward.
They don't seem to be affecting her. The power of Natalie, even though the size difference between the two, doesn't seem to be affecting Rebekah at all.
And a lot of times that tends to be the case at the 115-pound weight class in females. That's why you usually have great fights, because they can land 1,000 punches and nobody tends to get knocked out.
You know what we saw? We're talking about the great cardio of Rebekah, and you saw Natalie just throw a straight hook, right hook to Rebekah's body, trying to slow her down a little bit.
Good position. I hear the Pat McPherson. That's what he's yelling right there. Knee to the body.
Yeah.
Knee what's ever open right now. You got these positions right here.
What you're seeing is wow, nice. Just missed a spinning back fist by Natalie Gage. Followed up with a knee to the body.
Now, it's very easy right now to say, oh, this is so comfortable with my back against the fence. I'm not having to put forth much energy, but you have to do what you can to turn that around.
The punch count of this fight has been insane.
Where's copy boxing?
I know. It's
Punch
just been
stats.
insane. Yeah, with Rebekah bullying Natalie against the cage again.
Yeah.
Rebekah broke from the cage, and Natalie immediately, instinctively, continued to march forward, punching.
Natalie right now is trying to push forward a little bit. She's actually kind of trying to get Rebekah at her own game right now at that point. She's coming forward. Look at her, just coming straight forward, pushing Rebekah backwards now.
There is nothing better than two game women just throwing down.
And that's exactly what we have right there.
Natalie she was frustrated at the end of the first round. She seems to kind of figure the puzzle out.
Yeah, I feel like she's doing much better right now and coming forward.
And
this is just like any fight, I say. Whoever's coming forward is typically winning the fight. And that's what I would recommend to both girls. That was a very good round right there, man.
Chris, how do you judge a round like that?
Hey, you flip a coin, you go out. I mean, look at this replay right here. How many punches are going to be thrown and landed? How do you even defend any of that right there? I mean, they're just straight. One person marches forward and lands punches, and the other person marches forward.
The thing about Rebekah is her response to Natalie's punches, they're so crisp and clean. Like you see a guy sometimes get mad and get emotional and throw a real wild left or right punch and leaving himself open. Rebekah hasn't done that up until this point, which contributes to her success.
I would not be surprised to see this fight kind of tied at 1. I mean,
it's a hard fight to call. Yeah, it's a very hard fight to call. Pat McPherson is kind of taking control of the corner with Natalie.
Was it just me, or did it seem like there a little bit that I feel like Rebekah was kind of slowing down there?
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. It could have been a couple of the knees to the body as well as a few of the kicks.
Felt like she slowed down a tiny bit.
A couple of the punches from Natalie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and there's deep breaths coming out of Rebekah while Natalie is still nasal breathing. That is very telling going into the last round of a fight. And right away, they're back at it. Oh, another. After the exchange, Natalie continues to go back to the body of Rebekah.
Yeah, good work by.
Yes.
And now look who's tending to be the bully right now. Who's pushing the other person around?
She lands 2 hard body kicks in the beginning of the round.
Yeah.
Incredibly important. You think that's Pat McPherson, her corner?
Oh, she's got her kind of hemmed up pretty good right now with her head trapped. She could throw some knees right there to her head. That could end the night.
Yeah, Rebekah is just pinned up against the cage. And you know what? This is the size difference we were talking about. It's almost like a full Nelson.
Yeah. She's got her arms tied together. Oh, my.
It's like a full Nelson with complete control. And you know what? Natalie is not working the body.
Oh, okay, but she popped her head out, man.
Yeah.
But she landed some good shots in there, right?
It was almost a crucifix position.
Yeah.
And look at Natalie. She's going back to the body. That is absolutely corner instruction right there. It looks like the bullying has stopped. Natalie has now kind of found her rhythm, Chris.
Yeah.
And continuing to march forward is Natalie Gage while being met by Rebekah's punches.
There's not a lot of backwards in either one of these people.
This might be fight of the night.
It always is, man. The girl fight is always fight of the night. I don't know what it is. If you don't like this fight, you don't like this sport.
You know, Rebekah has very subtle head movement, and she's getting out of the way a lot of Natalie's punches.
She is, but I mean, she's definitely turned into the nail this round. She was the hammer early. Now she's the nail.
And Natalie's response is, all right, instead of a 3-punch combo where you're kind of getting your head out of the way, I'm going to throw a 5-punch combo and catch you at the end.
Exactly.
It's just the maturity of women just in general are just so much more advanced than men their age.
Yeah.
And Natalie continuing to pressure Rebekah with another body kick and another body kick. Every time Rebekah's throwing her left hand, a left hook, Natalie's countering with a kick to the body. So the reach that we had talked about of Natalie, she's looking to have found her range in this fight, Chris.
Absolutely. Like I said,
look at this pressure.
Look at this pressure. Back.
And the swelling on Natalie's eye is gotten bigger. She walked into the cage with it one size. It looks like it's gotten about twice the size since then. And we've got 10 seconds left in this third round. Chris, I have a feeling if this were 2 more rounds, both these two would be fighting the exact same way.
I guarantee it. Wow, what a good fight.
And what an incredible effort at the end of that round in order to steal it.
Everybody's got to like that
by
fight
Rebekah Rotenberry. And you know what? I will now pronounce her name properly. From here on out. Absolutely.
Hey, that right there, that's going to be a tough fight to go. I think clearly right there, Natalie won that third round. I think it's going to be split. I think the second round is going to decide that fight.
I think the second round is a deciding factor. And you know what? The frustration from Natalie coming from that first round into the corner, you saw her make the adjustments, and that is maturity as a fighter. I mean, that is just some. Look at the coaches. Look at the coaches coming over to congratulate
I know, man.
the
That was
coaches.
just a great fight, man.
And I'll tell you what, Rebekah could probably make 105 pounds. And
Wow.
if somebody were just to continue giving her fights at that weight, I guarantee you she would be a blue chip pro prospect.
Very much so. You got somebody who's going to put forth that kind of output right there,
Oh.
walk through punches in that manner, and continue to throw punches and be offensive. Bully people who are, bigger than her.
Usually the bully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, we always talk about hammers and nails. You got two pretty good hammers in there, definitely out of Natalie, a two-time Golden Glove winner, and Rebekah able to withstand it. And she kind of marched into this fight understanding that she wasn't getting knocked out. Very impressive effort, valiant effort by both fighters. And we are going to make this official.
Strike our hands at the end of 3 grueling rounds. Your judges have come to a decision. Your first judges score 29-28. Blue. 27-30. Red. And 28-29 red. Your winner is Natalie Gage.
Wow. 3 different scorecards.
I don't. The 30-27 boggles my mind. I think that was a great fight. It could have went either way, but 30-27,
I believe the winner was correct, though.
Well, what I felt like at the end of the second round, Natalie kind of started to win the fight. Yeah, the tide turn, and usually it's whoever wins the last part, so I don't know.
I've got nothing.
Oh, that was a great fight right there, man. Great fight. Good job.